Welcome back to Bazaar Morning Call. As promised, we're going to talk to the management of Concord. They reported a good set of numbers. V. Kalyana Rama, who's the chairman and managing director, joins us now. Mr. Kalyana Rama, good morning. Thanks for joining in. It was a strong quarter. There was a 35% volume growth that you saw. But just trying to understand whether things are back to the pre-pandemic levels, or is there still some impact of the COVID second wave? And what kind of volumes are you looking at henceforth?
Good morning. So, in fact, it is better than the pre-pandemic level. See, we had the best ever Q1 of the company. So, this Q1, the results what we have given are the best ever. We have not achieved this sort of Q1 ever in the history of the company. There's a good growth in the volume. Of course, the imports are still not picked up to the pre-pandemic level, but exports are very good. And the empty container repositioning from port into the hinterland is very good. So a lot of empties are coming into India to pick up the exports. And the scheme what we have announced and on April 1st and continuing for the full year of giving 50% rebate, a lot of traction we have seen in that. There's almost 300% growth in empty repositioning into hinterland. This is helping exporters, and export growth is very robust. Particularly in domestic, we have seen a good growth in demand. That shows the demand for the consumption within India. There is an increase of almost 68% in our domestic throughput.
Okay. Mr. Kalyan Rama, good morning and thank you very much for joining us. You did give us a lot of color about the growth in volume. Have freight rates also gone up? Are you making more per container?
The freight rates have not gone up. We have not increased freight rates. We maintain our freight rates. But margins have gone up because we are doing more of loaded running in the export side. So our margins definitely have gone up. Operating margin this quarter we have seen at 32%.
Okay. So, I mean, can you tell us exactly what was the loss due to an empty running of trains, and was that any lower?
Empty running of trains?
Yes.
Yeah, of course. The empty running has gone up in this quarter. That is because in domestic, the demand has picked up. And in domestic, it's not always a balanced supply on both sides. Load run, we will not have. We have to reposition empties, even though we made a lot of circuits. But domestic also, the margins have gone up because of the increase in the business. As I said, 68% growth.
Okay.
Obviously, the repositioning increases. That increased our empty running in the domestic sector particularly.
Okay. No, I'll tell you, the 68% is definitely impressive, but we also have a problem of base. So, I mean, I'm just trying to find out, is July any closer to pre-COVID levels?
It's almost, yeah, in domestic it is better than pre-COVID level.
Oh.
Yes.
And in exports as well, I would assume?
Exports is very good. Imports, yes, we are of little concern. Import has not picked up to pre-COVID level. So that is maybe the China, we are not able to get, the China imports from China, and there are some issues for that, as well as the demand for Chinese goods into Europe and America is huge. So the ships are, they're missing their calls on Indian ports, which is an unfortunate thing. So that is affecting our exporters also.
Okay, that's interesting. So how long do you think that would take to ease out the situation there?
That all depends on how fast the Americans will satiate their demand for the goods. Because today I'm reading in somewhere that American GDP growth is very robust in the first quarter, and still there is shortage of goods in America, and people are trying to buy more and more. So that makes the demand of the goods in America more, and so more of transport is happening between China and America.
Okay. Okay. Well, if you can give us some idea about DFC and what it might mean to your P&L for the rest of the year?
Okay, that's very good news. You asked a very right question. DFC started running from yesterday. Our major depot
started running from yesterday?
Yes, yes. Kathuwas got connected yesterday evening, and the first train we received from DFC directly into our Kathuwas depot yesterday night. And that's maybe in another 4 or 5 days, that's what we are expecting. Everything will move on DFC between Mundra, Pipavav, and Kathuwas. As you know, the Kathuwas is the hub where till that's just before Rewari. So we stop the trains at Kathuwas double stack, and then from there we connect all the depots in the northern India from Kathuwas by single stacks.
Oh, this is a big event.
Let me continue.
Yes.
This will reduce the time, and now more and more exports, imports will start moving on rail, because the running time, which is around 40-45 hours between Kathuwas and Mundra, and total around 72 hours between Delhi to Mundra, may come down to 35-40 hours.
Oh, okay, okay. That's very good news for the entire economy, of course. But what does it do to your P&L? You also gain, I mean, in any ways?
So I will not, make any guess on that. Definitely we'll gain, because that will reduce, that will increase the asset utilization for us, the main asset being the rakes, and more traffic will come. So more loaded traffic will come. So all these things will definitely improve our margins.
Okay, okay. Mr. Kalyan Rama, just a final quick question. Anything more pre-privatization on your P&L, on balance sheet, any cleaning up, anything else that we need to know?
There's no further cleaning. In fact, LLF, as I mentioned to you during the annual call, so that 40 crores, in fact, now we are finding, even though we provided 113 crores in this quarter, but our estimates now we revised, it will be around 370 crores.
Okay.
So now we got the revenue authority, the rates of all the land from the revenue authorities. So now this is more or less certain figure that we'll be paying around 370-375 crores of LLF in this year to railways.
Okay.
And rest of the things are work in progress. They are all on track. There's nothing to stop. So things are good for the company.
So by the time we do your next quarter interview, it will be a privatized company?
As I said, Sarkar, when the government, things will move at its own pace. But yes, there is the work is in progress. Things are moving.
All right, sir. All the very best. Mr. Kalyan, always a pleasure having you with us on the channel. All the very best for the remaining quarters. So that's it on Bazaar. Thank you very much for watching. Trading Ideas coming up here on Chartbusters.